What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new here. I'm Nod and today I'll be taking a look at Nekroz. This video will go over the shifter combos, so if you're planning on running shifter or if you want to know what to do if you were to get shifter, this will be the video for you. Also, if you're interested in seeing the other Nekroz combo videos, you can just click the link on the screen. And now without further ado, let's jump on into the video. Alright, so to start this combo off, we're going to activate our shifter. Then we're going to normal summon our events, which is going to special summon a Nekroz monster from our deck. Usually we'll special summon something like Great Sorcerer or Shrew to play under shifter. It all depends on the hand that you have, but the best thing to go for is a Shrew if you already have access to Emilia. So either if you have an Emilia in your hand or a Brenak in hand. So you just go for Shrew. And now we're going to discard our Brenak in order to add our Emilia. And the reason for that is, seeing that we have a warrior Nekroz on the field, we can special summon our Emilia from the hand. Then Emilia is going to add us a red bear. Now we're going to use a red bear, discarding itself, to tribute the Shrew in order to send Yugioh from the deck to the grave, which will be banished. Shrew will trigger, adding us a Colossus. We're going to discard hit in order to add Divine Mirror, which you're going to use to ritual summon your Yugioh. The reason for that is we don't just want to add all of our cards back to hand, we want something on the field in order to build a resistance for our opponent. Now Advance going to trigger, adding us back each name, and then we're going to turn those two bodies into a Bahamut Shark. You might be wondering why Bahamut Shark, because Toad can't activate under shifter because it sends to the graveyard for cost. Well, the reason for that is Toad isn't the only target in the extra deck. We'll be able to summon the Virtue Dragon, which is going to get us to a Virtue Stream. And the reason why we detach the Yugioh is because we can always ritual summon it if needs be in your opponent's turn or even in your turn. Then the Virtue is going to activate its effect on summon to add us Virtue Stream. Alright, so the thought behind that is the decks that lose to shifter, most likely they'll try to set cards on the field like droplets or anything that they drew for turn, like even an Imperm or so, in hopes that when it's your turn they can fight back, let's say, and stop you from going for game. However, if you have the Virtue Stream in their end phase, you can just go activate Virtue Stream, targeting either the Bahamut or the Virtue to destroy two cards, which most likely it will be the Virtue because Bahamut still has a material, and Bahamut having a material means that when shifter has ward off, you can always use Bahamut's effect in your turn to special summon a Toad from your extra deck, so it's not completely useless. And then the Emilia will be engraved, and then you just set your Divine Mirror and your Virtue Stream, and that will leave you with about 7 cards in hand. If you have another spell or trap, you can just set it and you won't be able to discard any card, and next turn you have full combo essentially. Alright, so we'll start from the similar point of the previous board where you already added your Emilia, your shifter is resolved, and your Shrews on the field. So as you know, we're going to add a red bear. This time we're going to tribute 2 instead of 1. And right here, what we're going to do is we're going to send our Metaltron and our Sorcerer. Then our Shrew is going to trigger, and also our Sorcerer, because it's banished. Whenever it's banished, you can send a Nekroz monster from the deck to the grave, which will send the Exa. Shrew is going to add Colossus, and now seeing that our Exa is banished, we're going to use its banished effect, which will target a Nekroz monster to special summon. So the thing with Nekroz main deck monsters is most of them have an effect when tributed, and they also have an effect when they're banished, except for Dance Princess. I think I'd have to look at that card again, and the new card. This only has an effect when it's tributed, and this doesn't have any of those effects. It's just an extender that, well, there's no issue with that. So we're gonna go Process. We're going to add our Divine Mirror as usual. I'm gonna go Divine Mirror, tribute or events in order to ritual summon or a red bear. Event's going to trigger, adding us everything back. And the thing with this is we have way too much cards in hand. So yes, we're going to send this card, but we'd have to think if we want to scale this or discard it in the end phase, because if we discard it, it won't be an issue, seeing that we can ritual summon it from the banish. Also, you can do a play in your opponent's turn where we're trying to ritual summon your Metaltron, and the thing with it is the spell says equal to or exceeding, so you can always tribute your Exa and probably your Emilia, and do that. What's going to happen is your Exa will trigger and special summon your your Amelia back from your banish, and your Amelia can also add you something for follow-up. What you could do is you could just wait and just use your red bear and tribute the Amelia, and then whenever you're going to ritual summon, you can use probably your sorcerer and your hexa, because this is a once per duel effect, so you can't really abuse it. And yeah, that'll be it for this one. All right, so we'd have to run this one from the top, seeing that a major card is missing. So as you can see here, we don't have access to Amelia off the start. So we'd have to go events into Amelia instead of Shirt. It's a shifter combo, so we're going to have this. But this time we have a Gigabyte, which is going to help us into our rank 4 lines. During the go shifter, obviously. Then events into Amelia. Amelia is going to add us a Burnak. And then Burnak is going to add us a Red Bear. The reason for that will be a parent layer. We're gonna go Abba Red Bear for 2. Send in Exa and our Divine Mirror. And how the chain link will go essentially would be Exa chain link 1 to special summon Amelia from the banish. Whenever it's banished, you can target a Nekroz monster and special summon it. The reason why this is chain link 1 is because Impulse is a thing, and then Avon's chain link 2 to add back the other cards. So Amelia will special summon, and we have Gigabyte in hand, and seeing that we have a spellcaster on the field, we can special summon our Gigabyte. The thing with Gigabyte is you can only control one. However, it's not once per turn to special summon. So if you have a way to get rid of the Gigabyte on the field, like example, you linked it off or something, or if you have another level 4 body on the field, you can summon a rank 4, then you can summon another Gigabyte that is in your hand. So we're going to summon a Gigabyte, and then we're going to go into Bahamut Shark. Bahamut, detaching the Amelia, really important here. You want the Amelia to be banished. You summon your Virtue Dragon, and it's going to add you Virtue Stream. So essentially what we have here is our Virtue Stream set, which is going to pop 2 along with our Divine Mirror. The reason why we didn't activate it in our turn is that we have our Exa in hand along with our Burnak. His effect is once per duel, so we'll be ignoring that. So the good thing about this card that I love to mention is that it has the effect, well, it has the text, still an effect, but it has the text, which is different from the other ritual spells that says exceed. Because if you have to go exactly for their level, then you're going to have an issue. But if you have a card that says exceed, you can just use anything in hand, like say a nib or something, to summon your red bear or any one of your smaller rituals that you can't summon like that. So what you're going to do here is in your opponent's turn, if needs be, you're going to use the Exa and your Burnak as material. And what's going to happen is you're going to have a negate on the field, and you're going to reborn the Amelia to add you something that you need. That's why we don't really care about using the Burnak, because if we need an additional Burnak, we can always add it here, or we can add it off the Amelia in our next turn, which will special summon from our event. So yeah, so we have access to a pop 2 and a monster negate and banish under shifter, which will also net us advantage by tributing or Exa, and the Exa is going to special summon the Amelia because we're still under shifter, so it's going to get banished. The thing about that is now whenever you use his effect to negate, you either have to tribute himself or the event in hand, which you are never going to do that. You want this off the field pretty much, and you can't use any of these cards because this guy is needed for the trap, because you don't want to use your Bahamut Shark because you need Toad for the next turn. And it's the same reasoning why you won't tribute him for a Red Bear, because you need him to summon Toad the next turn. So what we're doing here is protect the Bahamut Shark at all costs, so we can play next turn essentially. And you don't have to worry about Divine Mirror getting banished. You play 3 of those cards and you're not really short of it anytime. Well, seeing that you've made it this far into the video, that must have meant that you found it interesting. If that's the case, then nothing's wrong if you left a like. Also, if you're interested in seeing more videos from us, you can just subscribe to our channel. Alright, so let's go over the main cards swiftly, seeing that it haven't really changed much. So what we have here is 3 events, 2 Amelia, 1 Shirt, 3 Burnak, 1 Cataster, 1 Unicorn, Mellotron, and a Red Bear. As for the new Nekroz cards, we're running the Exa because we're playing a banished variant of the deck. And this guy, whenever it's banished, we can special summon a non-ritual Nekroz monster from our banish. And this time we're running the clusterless because if you can stack up more cards in the banish to add back with the events, it'll make your follow-up turn a lot stronger. Also, the Trishula. The reason for that is I was in a duel where there's this large monster that I couldn't go over. It cannot be targeted by a monster effect, and I didn't have any spell and trap to like stop. And I was like, a Trishula would be nice here. Just banish this card and just banish the card from their hand. It's crazy. As for the main part of the deck is Shifter. It's the Shifter deck, and we're playing board breakers, so you're gonna have 3 Dark Ruler no more, 2 evenly. You can always go 3 by taking out this or this, but as you've seen before, this is really important to the combo. I haven't really shown this, so we're testing 7 Tachyon. It's good, but it's not really worth all the hype, to be honest. This is for 7 Tachyon. As for the Mizuchi, let's just explain it now. You can just equip this from your deck or add it to your hand with the king, and how you're going to trigger him is whenever a water monster is sent to the grave to activate a water monster's effect, you can add an Abyss equip spell from your deck or equip it from the grave. Seeing that all of your rituals discard to activate their effects, that counts. So you'll be able to pretty much add a spell negate. And whenever your toad negates something in your opponent's turn because it sends itself or even an aqua monster from your hand or field, that also counts. So if this falls off because your opponent baited it or something, you can always re-equip it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What's new for the extra deck would be our Kraken. If you're going up against Fiendspit and you're going first, this is going to be a problem for them because they won't have light fiends, they'll have water fiends. And if you're going up against a deck that plays Dominus Purge, this is hell for them because all of their monsters on the field would be water, and Purge locks them out of water. And that will mean that none of the monsters that they control can attempt to even activate their effect. They're just vanilla monsters on the board. This card has the added quick effect of destroying a face-up water monster on the field. The opponent take half the attack as effect damage, pretty much. The Lizardos is pretty much for the combo with this guy, where you go Bahamut Toad, and then you go a level 4 and Bahamut to summon him, because you can use rank 4s as level 4 monsters to summon him. And then you just link the Toad and twins off into Lizardo, triggering the toad to add you something, and triggering the twins to special summon the Bahamut from the grave and attaching the toad. Then the Bahamut will detach a toad to special summon another toad, and then your toad in the grave will trigger, adding you another water monster back to the hand. It's a really cool combo, but most of the times it's not really necessary. We can just cut this and just play something else. There are also other like spicy stuff in the side deck, where it's like the OC Slayers, the Thrust. This is really from the Razio build, so yeah. And then you have like the Thrust targets for Senpai. Most likely Senpai won't survive any bandits coming forward, so you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, well, see you guys next time.